Hello and welcome. So today what we want to do is we want to create a landing page in WordPress using a tool called Elementor, a page builder that we have on our WordPress website. So if you're interested, let's get started. So first I'm going to go to my homepage, which is splativity.com, the domain that we're using now. And then I'm going to open up the WP dashboard for my domain. Now currently this is what the site looks like when you go and come to the site. Not bad. This is what we've built before in previous tutorials. But what if we wanted to create a new landing page? Now the first thing that we're going to have to do is make sure that you have Elementor. So if you don't already have Elementor, you would go to plugins and add new. Then you would search for Elementor. And if this was not already downloaded, you would download it and then activate it. But for our case, we already have it on our website and loaded as an active plugin. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to create a new page. So we're going to go to add new. And we can call this landing page. I'm going to click publish, publish. And then we're going to click this button that says edit with Elementor. All right, so when we arrive on this page, we have a few different options. Option one would be to add a Elementor template, and we can do that by clicking this icon here, going to pages and typing in something like landing page. This one looks pretty cool. The second option, which is what we'll actually choose, is we're going to create our own very simple landing page. And the way that we would first do that is by clicking this plus icon. We're going to create a section with just one item. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a background. So we click this icon here and we click style. Then we're going to go to slideshow and we'll add an image. In our case, we already have an image that we like from our gallery, but you could go ahead and upload a file if you prefer. And then you click these two buttons here and you get an image that looks like this. Now, it doesn't look great. In fact, we're going to turn off infinite loop just because it's not really that useful to us. And so if we wanted a full screen image as our background, we would go here and we would go to content width rather than box. We want full width, and then the height can be the fit to screen height. So that's starting to look a whole lot better. We're going to click update to save our changes. And now what we want to do is we want some text. So let's say that our landing page consists of a text. Let's say that our landing page is just going to be some text and a button that will then allow us to go to our main page of our website. So in order to do that, what we're going to want to do is we're going to come here, click this hamburger menu, and we're going to go to add an intersection. Now, it might be a little hard to see, but there are actually two subsections here. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete one of these, and then we're going to do that a second time. And because there are two items, you can see these two little plus signs. We're going to go ahead, right click and delete one of them. And now we're ready to start adding our individual items. So first let's add a heading, and we're going to drag and drop that right inside that first item. And we'll say welcome to Splativity. And we'll add an exclamation mark. And then here, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to center this text. And it looks a little bit weird or a little bit suboptimal here when it's right over the skyline of the building. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to advanced, and then we're going to go change the margin. And there are often two settings for margin. You can either have them in pixels or percentages. We're going to change it to percentages. Then we're going to unlock this item here so that the values aren't linked. And then we're actually going to create a negative top margin. So we'll keep it at 22. If we wanted to, we could go ahead and change the style. So we could select this text here and we could change it to white. We could add a shadow so that the blur would be really strong, sort of like this. And we'll click update. Now, if you wanted to change it back to black, that would be totally fine. Or you could even change it to gray, something like that, blue, or even one of the darker blues. We're going to leave it at black because we think it really pops, but it's totally up to you what you choose to do. Then you're going to hit update. Once those changes are saved, what we're going to do is we're going to click here and we're going to add a button, and we're going to drag and drop that button here. Now, as we might prefer, we can go ahead and center that button, and then we'll just change the text. So it says enter main site. Now, we might want to add a link, and we have to figure out what the name of our page is that we want to link to. So we can go into our WordPress site, and then we'll go to pages, and our home page seems like a good location. So if we go to quick edit, we can see that the slug or the slash would be /home. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our Elementor landing page, and then we can copy this part. So it's going to be splativity.com/home. And now if we were to preview that site, it should bring us to the main site once we click this button. But first, let's do a test. Let's just go to splativity.com. And you'll notice that our landing page has not been set as the first page that you get to. The name of landing page is a little bit odd here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our admin, so WP admin. And the way that you address this is by going to settings and then going to the section that says reading. And then here you should have an option where your homepage displays as either your latest post or static page. This radio button here should be selected, and currently it's set to home, but we actually want to set it to landing page. And then if we scroll down and save those changes and duplicate this tab and refresh it. Now when we go to splativity.com, we have this really kind of cool yet simple landing page that we had, and when we click this button, it should go to the main site. All right, so that's it. So in this video, what we did is we went and we created a new page. Once we created a new page, we went into Elementor. We added a new section and then changed that section's background. After we changed the section background, we made it to be full width and fit to screen. We then added an inner section and two subsections, a title and a button. And for the title, we then changed the upper margin so that the upper margin was as a percentage of -22, which gave us this effect. We then added some styling to our button. Essentially, we added a text shadow that looked like this. We then added some styling to our text. Then we added a button. We changed the text of that button to enter main site, and then we added the link here. Lastly, we went to our WP admin, and we went to settings and then reading. And in reading, we went from a static home page, which was set to home, to now set to landing. Thus, when you go to splativity.com, you arrive on our landing page. And when you click that button on the landing page, it will bring you to the main site. All right, so that's a wrap. If you have any questions or comments, please add them in the comments section below. Otherwise, we'll see you again soon. Cheers.